Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a twofer when it comes to Knife Show Sunday. And the reason we're doing a twofer is I have two knives that I know nothing at all about. I've got a little bit of history on one and nothing at all on the other one. So I figured we'd do two of them today instead of having one that was just really short. Uh, we'll save the one I know something about for the last one, and we'll do it last. The first one I've got, there is no writing, there is no markings, there is absolutely nothing on this little thing to identify it as to what kind of knife it is. Most of the time on the main blade, there's some kind of marking, but if you look, there's absolutely nothing there. On that side or on that side. And it's that way on all three blades. All I know about this knife is my dad found one at a flea market, brought it home, carried it for several years, and it had some of the best steel in it I'd ever seen, or he'd ever seen. And about 3 or 4 years later, I found this one at a flea market, and I think I gave $5 for it. And it was just like his. Took an outstanding edge, held it, never seemed to dull. Uh, Mine had some rust on it, so as you can tell, I took some sandpaper to it when I was a teenager and tried to clean all of it off. Uh, this thing doesn't have a half stop. It's very soft closing. Locks open, it's still not real tight, but it's there. Same thing on all the blades. There's no half stop, and they all close soft. But overall, like I said, get sharp as all get out, great steel. But as far as a brand, have absolutely no idea on anything with it. Then it's got brass spacers on it. If you notice, starting at the top and going down, they get thinner. And then the one at the very bottom is real thin. There's some gaps that have opened up in the handle. Where the handle scales are on. But if anyone has any info, let you see the end of it there, and you can see what I mean about the brass spacers getting thinner on this, please share, because I know absolutely nothing about this knife, who made it, where it come from, any of that. So that's the first one down. Now this second one, the history that I know on this one. Mom and Dad were married in 1959. Shortly after they got married, Mom bought this knife for my dad. Dad never carried this knife. When he passed away in 2012, I found this knife in his collection. It was still in the original blue box. It was actually, the box was about the color of my shirt. Had no writing on the box. And then was wrapped in the original wax paper. It had turned brown and was falling apart. So I threw all of that away and kept the knife. My wife liked this knife, so it is now hers and she carries it. But this is the knife that we're going to talk about. This knife was made somewhere in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s. It does not have a brand on it, but I will show you what it does have. It is a little two-bladed. This end here is actually smaller than that end. And if you look at the blades, I don't know if you can see that or not. It says stainless Shefield England is all it says on that blade. And then the other blade on the back side of it just says stainless steel. I'm trying to get it to where you can see it. There's that one. And there's that one. Now, one of the things that's I found interesting about this is it has brass liners. The label on the box said that these were ivory, and they look like they've been milled. They've got real fine grooves in them. The pins on the end, if you look, they've got some gaps in them around the holes. Got some space around them. And it's like that on both sides. Focus. There we go. But the thing that I found interesting about this little thing is the back of the mainspring. I can't tell if it's milled, if it's hand filed, or what. I have found several of these, half a dozen of them maybe, on eBay and different things, and they all say they're from the late 50s, early 60s, and value on them varies anything from 20 bucks up to, I've seen some as high as 65. So, but another one that if anybody has any information on a maker, please let me know. It would be nice to know who made this knife, seeing as how it is as old as it is. But that's the two that I've got for you today for Knife Show Sunday. Like I said, I figured I'd do two because if I'd done just a video on one of them at a time, we'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 minutes out of them. So, you all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe. Any info that you can give me would be greatly appreciated. Y'all have a good one.